Hello everyone, this is Bob Chocolate here, and today I am going to be doing something that I actually haven't done on this channel yet. I don't think I have. And it's basically, well, a Minecraft video. I haven't done a Minecraft video in a while, so it's good to return. But I'm going to be doing like the simple error. That's what I actually named this world, the simple error. And basically it's about housing. I'm going to be talking about how you can improve your house. So yeah, it's going to it's going to go from the simple error, which I will show you in a minute, to what it can look like straight after. So let's get straight into the video. Now I'm going to do the simple error right now, which is basically where people just build a big town, wood, about this big or something, I don't know. Build it across here. Then come down here. Over here. This might take a while. Oops. And then they do this. Oops. Sorry if I'm boring you out with this. This is just to explain what not to do. This is going to take a while, as I've said, but basically, they build up a wall. I'm just going to do this wall, like just imagine this with all the other walls, and they get an oak door and just bang it right here on the end. From this angle, it would look like it's a full square. People call this a house, and it is not a house. It is basically just a big box with, I don't know, a couple of chests inside of it and a bed and a crafting table and a furnace. That's not a house. It's a box, and is basically a replica of what you built it out of. And here's another thing about the simple error. Just if I got rid of the door here, I did this and placed a single oak wood block. There is a difference, but the simple error is basically just a replica of the block that you are using. If you don't use any other block, then it's not going to, like, it's not going to look good, it's not going to look like a house. All it's going to look like is a big box, and the worst part about it is that it's got a ton of space that could be put to some good use, and no one's even bothered using it. Now, sometimes they make it big enough to put a 2-story in it, but there's a problem with that if they haven't paid attention to the size limit. And basically, if you're making a 2-story house, a good idea would it to be 10 blocks tall maximum. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now, there's nothing wrong with making a 2-story house right here, apart from the fact that it wouldn't be even. Now that is actually in the next step, and the reason I'm currently building up the walls now is so I can move on to the next step of the simple error. It's a very common mistake that people do, which again makes it the simple error, just a box and it has nothing to it. It's called I forgot the name. Frame. Framing. You have to, like, you don't have to, but if it's going to be like some sort of house, it looks like a house if it has framing in it. Now I know that in real life you can't really see that on like real life housing, but this is Minecraft. Now if you're watching this and you just look, all of a sudden look out the window and you see a house with, I don't know, 2 bricks crossing through the middle, that's not really what I'm talking about. I've just looked at that and that's not what I'm talking about, and that was quite useful. That is not what I'm talking about, a load of bricks going through the middle. I mean, like, actual framing. Because Minecraft, basically, if you're, I'm in a super flat world right now, just so it's easier to find some good terrain to build upon. But yeah. If you're building a house, you're gonna build out of the materials you have, and with the spare time you've got in your hands, you're gonna decorate it probably, and you're gonna have probably lots of framing on it if you like to decorate. So by the way, if you know how to build and everything and what makes a good house, this video is not for you. I'm doing this video so the people that are new to Minecraft can understand. Most people know what Minecraft is. I can't imagine there being anyone new, except from people that are just growing up or something. Yeah, 1 minute, let me just turn down the music. Oops. That's been a really big problem for me at the moment, where I can't hear my own voice, because the audio music is just, wow, there's too much of it. There we go, that's better. So, once you have this, something that could change the simple error is just putting the door in a different place. Here it looks so much more better. Some people like to put it straight in the middle, but that doesn't really work for what I'm about to do, for what I'm going to do in this episode anyways. So, instead of using the one pallet, get the corresponding wood. I have oak wood planks here, and then if you get oak wood, it's the corresponding wood. It'll make it look better. Now when I say build the frame, people would all of a sudden pause the video and go, right, that's it, build the frame. I built my frame, let's just say that goes all around the edge. No, that is not a frame. Although this kind of makes it look nicer and you have different blocks to it, it's still part of the simple error. This is kind of combined with the second one, so I'm going to go on to the second one right now while I'm in the third. No, I'm going to go on to the third one right now while I'm still in the second one. Because like that, what I just did, I had, was again the simple error, just a box. Number 3 is shaping. Shaping is a common mistake that people make. They just put a box there and it's nothing. So like I said, if you're doing framing, do it this way. I've done that wrong. It has to be 1 up if it's going to be a frame. And then you bring it across here. Here. Build that up. And basically you just do this the whole way round until you're done. And then once you're done with it and you view it, it looks so much more better. Sorry for that little mistake there. Right. You do this. Alright, let me just set the day and turn off the daylight cycle. Right. it already looks so much better just by adding a frame. It kind of puts the wall back, and I quite like it. Now, as I said, if you have an even amount of wood, let me just check it is 11, so that I'm right. 1, 2, 3. Yep, so that's 11 right there. If it is even and you are planning on making a 2-story house, what you can do is grab the middle block and put a frame right the way around here. This does work with an odd amount of blocks, but it's just going to be 2 layers having a different size roof. I would make the bottom layer bigger and the top layer smaller. For me, it just looks nice, but like you choose the size of your building. The size doesn't affect the simple error or anything. It could just be, it just looks a little bit more nicer. I would recommend going 10 blocks high if you want an even number. It's the right size. You have 5 blocks on the bottom, 5 blocks on the top. But yeah. So then that already starts to look a lot more nice. However, I am not done there with the simple error. Change the look of the door. Now, I said use the corresponding wood for the frame, but this does not apply with the door. I like to use the spruce for a specific reason. It gives it more pallets. At the end, I'm going to explain why I'm using all these weird words, so don't comment down below anything about the type of words I'm using. I will explain it later in the video. But yeah, like I said, at shape, I'm no longer on the second step. That was the second step, was framing. I am now on the third step, and that is shaping. So yeah. Shaping is very important. It allows creativity and space, but it also just makes it look a lot more nice than, again, having a box. Now, once I have done this and added the frame to it, it won't be in a simple error anymore. However, there is still a lot more to come to making sure it is not a simple error. Now, when I mean add shape, I don't mean do exactly this. It doesn't look nice. If you're going to add more shape, build it up to the second half of the frame. So you know I was talking about the frame, and you put a frame through the middle or nearest to the middle. Do that. I suggest making it 2 blocks high. Just make sure that the first floor is bigger than 2 blocks high. Yeah. So it might look a little bit big. That doesn't matter. You add framing to it. Now that's why I said make it join up with the half frame, so that you can put the frame and it joins. It just makes it look so much more nicer. I keep on using the word nicer and I don't like it. It reminds me of my year 3 teacher. Right. So, then you've done that, and like I said, add a different palette for the spruce door there. Why not? And if you want to do, again, a second half, and there you go. So now if I take an aerial view, it already starts to look better with the shape. Now, if you know what if you can see it, I have basically gone from the simple error to something else. This is, we're not almost done, but it is definitely a huge improvement. Now for step 4. Step 4, I don't really know what to call it. I didn't really think this through. I'm just going with what happens. Yeah. Well, I thought this on what I'm gonna do, but that's not what we're here to talk about. I kind of want to call this one shaping as well, but it's not shaping. I want to call it molding instead. But tear up the walls a bit and add something else. Like, for my example right here, I am creating a balcony right here, and I've just realised I've done that wrong. You want to make it so it's about here, and you have 2 blocks. Then you can build this up right here. And yeah, I've kind of made a balcony here. That is a balcony. I'm currently working on that balcony right here. And then another important bit, fix the framework. I'm not on step 2 anymore. I know I'm still doing the frame, but that is because what I'm doing is in order of steps. I'm going to be adding a lot of frame to this as we go, so it doesn't matter. That is a common thing that everyone will find. Now you might get this. What I would suggest doing for this bit is grabbing a fence. I'm going to use spruce fence just like I did with the door, and do this. It doesn't really change what happens here. It would look a lot more nicer, damn it, if you changed it. Like, it's possible to change it now, it just wouldn't look as nice like if you had to, and it would then all of a sudden just change back to, like, transfer back to the one. For me it's okay, it doesn't bother me, but it could look nice. It could look more nice. And yeah, I might be focusing a bit on the interior for this if some of the things that you're going to be building are going to have something done with the interior. So for example, building this, I have to quickly come in the interior and build another little row here, so I can place the door down. Otherwise, without that bit, it was this, and that wouldn't work. So it has to be correct on the interior for it to work outside as well. Now let's have a look from here. If you want to call this a simple error, then go ahead. That is not the simple error. Now the next bit is kind of up to you. You have to do what fits it best. Now I'm on stage 4 now, stage 5, and I am on roofing. Roofing has always been a hard one for me. I didn't really know how to make roofs until I discovered how the villagers made roofs. And that was a very long time ago when I was still learning how to play Minecraft. But yeah, I'm not talking about that. Roofing. So if you're following my steps, then you probably started off building that simple error. So if you've built kind of the same structure as I have, this roof works one of the best. You don't have to have this extra one here. You could replace that here and then move that block and that block and that block and stuff like that. However, I prefer to get rid of the inside cobblestone, but keeping the first cobblestone here, grabbing the corresponding wood and doing this. And then from the outside view, it looks like really nice. And you know what? You can even change these bits, and just keep these bits, but then change these bits here to upside down stairs. Find a way to make it possible here. It does look nice, but yeah. if that would work more. Do you know what? I'm actually going to change that. It's really annoying. It would work more if you just did this, then this, then you do the upside down part, and then you do this, then you do the upside down part, and then you do this. Then you want to do the same on the other side. Just do this, 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 and then this. At first I was thinking of calling this the basic error, but no, I decided to stick with the simple error, and you can see it looks really nice. Now, then you're probably gonna start thinking, what do I do with this ugly bit over here? Personally, what I would do is I would copy out this. Oops. To make it go all the way through to the end. So come up here, do this, come up here, 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 come up here. Okay, and then you can either stick with that, but what I prefer to do is get your cobblestone stairs. Now, some people would prefer to do is get the corresponding wood stairs, and leave that. Then carry on doing that and switch to your cobblestone stairs and do this, 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 and this. You might want to put your wood here as well, so that you can put your stairs here as well. And then just continue with the stairs like this. Again, it adds pallets. And here. Right. It looks quite nice. I prefer it to leaving it as plain cobblestone. Some people would do plain cobblestone. That's not a part of the simple error. It's just some people prefer to do that. But I prefer to do this because, again, it adds pallets. Now here comes the tricky part. Like, still on stage 5, continuing with wood stairs. And you just do the same thing, to be honest. I did say it would be hard, but it turns out it's not. The only real hard part is the balcony bit here. That balcony bit is also optional as well. It just saves having to say, oh, you've just bunged a little bit at the front here. If you do this, it won't necessarily be the simple error. And you know what you can actually do with these fences? Since you've built the frame up to at this area, I'll drop it everywhere. What you can do is you can put your oak fences here to give you more space on the balcony. That is optional as well. But yeah, everything to do with the balcony is optional, unless you are doing a balcony and you have to change a bit of the interior. That doesn't matter, just as long as it works. So I'm going to build up to here. I don't know how many I've built there. And just keep going until they meet up in the middle. If one's too big for the other, then just make it smaller. That's not a problem, but it would just be easier if you counted. I'm not going to bother counting because it doesn't really matter, like I said. Yeah, just keep going with this. You get here, and they meet at the top. Then what you want to do is the same as you did here. you get the corresponding wood on the bottom. You take it, you fill in the first row, you take it, you fill in the first row again. Then you fill in the second row with one off, and then you do one off every single time. Sorry if I sound weird, I have hay fever, pollen counts are very high. And then from the front view it looks the same here, and again it looks really nice. Now for this bit I'm not going to do what I did there and build a cross with the wood. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this bit for the actual third story, which I like to call the loft. Some people call it an attic. I don't really care what it's called, to be honest. And you come all the way over here. And if I am doing this correctly, you do this, please. Yeah. Right. And then again, you just build up like this. Now, there is a little thing here which is quite annoying for me. I hate this bit. And basically adding to this bit. Okay, never mind, it's not that annoying anymore. Everything's just been made so much easier. In fact, don't put it there. What am I doing? You put it here. Okay, and then you keep that going. If you want to, you can make that cobblestone. It would probably look a bit better. Sticking with the tradition of going around the outside. By doing this. And then you can just do the same on this side. This part does get quite confusing if you're doing the cobblestone idea. You don't have to do the cobblestone idea, but if you're sticking with what you've done before, it's probably a better choice. This is again getting me confused. Why? Ooh, why do you do this to me? I'm just trying to make a house here. This isn't actually designed to be a tutorial, it's just designed to help you understand how to improve the simple error. Here we go. Now, if you want to fix this, that is fine. If you can find a way to fix this, then let me know in the comments below. And I will shout you out. If you can find a way to fix that. I'm just saying it doesn't look the nicest at the back, but that I'm sure that can be changed. It's just I haven't looked into that much. So yeah. Okay, and do the same as you've done here. That's the mark. You can do this. Oops. And then you can build this. Oh no, that's not right. Is that right? No, I don't know. Ah, this is confusing me. Right, you do this. Makes everything a lot easier. Right, and then you just do the same thing. Why did I choose to? Why? Why did I do it this way? Do not do it this way. If you want to make my mistake. If you don't want to make my mistake, do not do it this way. It confuses you a lot. Spill here. Oh no. That's not right. It's not right. Where did I go wrong? Oh, it's here. And destruction. And now this bit's wrong as well. Right. I'm going to leave the mess that I've done here for another episode because I think I'm running out of time. Probably, I'm not sure. I think I'm running out of time. How? Isn't this correct? Hold on. It goes up here. Oh, okay, right. That makes everything easier. Right. I'm going to leave the destruction I have made, my destructive mayhem, for another episode. So yeah. This is just the end of the video. I'm going to talk about why I've been using them words like palette and that. I've been yet again inspired by another YouTube. What am I doing? By another YouTuber called Green. He is basically like, he gives loads of building tips and everything. And yeah, I wouldn't have done this video. This wouldn't have come to me if I hadn't have seen the video. Oops. So yeah, that was. He's quite useful for building. Do not follow my tutorial as I did there. It doesn't look too good right now, but of course I am saving it for another episode. Go check out his channel, and yeah, see you all in the next video. Goodbye.